In a room full of people, for example, the most still, most quiet, and the person who least needs to do or say anything is the person who's in charge, usually. Number 3, stillness equals dominance. So the second one is about steady and controlled movements, and you're moving steadily and in control when you have a purpose and a reason to move. But if you have no purpose or reason to move, then you are still, because you're not wasting energy. You're not allowing the energy to leak out of you. So this is what I meant earlier when I said, if someone is nervous, any of you ever been in a situation where you were nervous or anxious or scared or concerned about something, and that energy was stirring inside of you, but there wasn't really anything physically you saw yourself as able to do in the moment, that energy is still leaking out of you in some way. So you may be jittery, you may keep shifting your weight from one foot to another, you may start pacing, you may be messing with your keys or messing with an ink pen or just something to let that energy leak, because that energy is leaking out of you. Stillness, on the other hand, is a reflection of dominance. And the key is not just being still when everything's going good, because we all have times like that when everything's going good and we can be still and we can relax. But also, what about when things are not going so great for you? Can you still remain still? In a room full of people, for example, the most still, most quiet, and the person who least needs to do or say anything is the person who's in charge, usually. So if you ever walk into a room full of people and you want to know who's the person in charge that you don't know, look for the person who is moving the least, the person who seems to be, through their behavior, jittering the least, the person who is saying the least. And that person, usually just based on their stillness alone, draws the attention of everyone else, because everybody else is moving about and trying to get someone's attention, maybe saying things, maybe again, they have unsteadiness in their movements, but the person who's not moving at all gets all the attention just by the law of contrast. So all of you know exactly all of you can imagine what I mean here when I talk about the stillness equaling dominance. And when you hear people talk about the lion in the room, the point is this, that a lion, if it's in a room, doesn't matter what other animals are in that room, the lion doesn't have to do anything. All the lion has to do is just be there. Everybody notices a lion. And a lion can just sit there doing absolutely nothing, because again, most communication is nonverbal, ladies and gentlemen. The stillness of the lion communicates its dominance without it doing anything. An elephant could probably stomp out a lion, or a hippopotamus, but a lion isn't looking around at everything else in a room wondering what could possibly hurt me. The lion is looking around thinking, what could I possibly hurt? Not what could hurt me. Whereas the rabbit or the mouse is thinking about what could bother me. So you should ask yourself, even though you're not a rabbit, a lion, or a mouse, and you don't live in a zoo, what kind of energy are you communicating with just the way you carry yourself, the way you sit, stand, walk on a daily basis? Because you are communicating something. The person who is doing the least amount, the person who is the most still, who is standing their ground, holding their position, and moving only when they need or want to, that person is usually the person in control.